What's going on? What's up, DJ Widget? What's going on, Jeremy? How's it hanging? I am dealing with a mouse problem over here at the moment. I usually shave right before the stream, but I was running around. The other night I heard a mouse. I was in the basement, as you know, it's unfinished, and we have whatever it's called in the ceiling, and I heard the little skittering of mouse feet up on the insulation. There you go, in between the insulation and the floorboard of our living room. So I didn't have time to catch it at the moment. Yeah, no, right? Yeah, this is like a month's work right here. I can't grow a beard for the life of me. So yeah, I'm currently. I was like, I'll get back to that. But tonight, we think we found some mouse droppings right in my daughter's room in front of the diaper pail. So I was upstairs trying to find out where the heck they're coming from. What's going on, Jesse? How you doing? And I've got some humane mouse traps to start off with. I don't like to kill anything. So we're going to see if I can catch this bugger. And if I can't, I may have to go a not so nice route. But hopefully we don't have to do that. Anyway, so tonight, Widget, as we mentioned last time, there is a desire for me to get this kids D&D mat done. My son also has asked to play again. So I figured, you know what? I would like to get your guys' thoughts while I do so, because I made kind of a permanent thing. Like I printed all the numbers and everything. I want to find what you guys think to be the best way to set it up to be usable for anybody, and then I've gone through the process of figuring out how everyone can print it and what the cost might be. So we're going to go through kind of everything tonight in how this can be accessible for everybody. But before I do that, as far as Widget's cats, I actually am more of a cat person than I am a dog person. I have a dog. Well, my wife has a dog, but we obviously have the dog together. And so, but I am definitely more of a cat guy. I like cats a lot, but I don't want pets at all, ever. Once our dog is gone, that's it. I will have no more pets after that. I just don't want them. So, no, you can keep your cats. Regarding the book carrier, the book display that we worked on last week, that we modeled up, that is finished. I have made it available to everyone for free over on Patreon. All free members can download all of the different designs and print them out if they'd like, and hang up your books so you can see the front covers. I have some pictures. I now have 3 of them printed, and I have 3 books hanging up. The core set, the Monster Manual, the Player Handbook, and the DM's Guide. I have those hanging up right now. I took a picture of that and hung it up on there. I think I'm going to post a couple pictures on Discord later. But that is available for everyone. Feel free, go download it, print them, hang your books up. You can do it with French cleats. You can do it just screwing the thing straight to the wall. Or you can even just use them as a tabletop book display. So that's available, good to go now. And then once we finish this, I will make this available to everybody too. Because as I mentioned when I made this before, a little bit of a soft spot for the kids. I would do anything for the kids. So if it gets them playing, 100%, you guys can have it. Would love for you to get your little ones involved and get them going. So without further ado, we will switch over to where I am with this. This is where I left off when I made the one for my son. So I use Excel for pretty much everything. If you don't already know that about me, I use Excel way more than I use any other Office product. I think Excel's amazing. And then I almost use it sometimes more than my other graphic design tools like GIMP, which is an open source, basically Adobe Photoshop. I don't know, it's just sometimes it's nicer to just lay out everything, and it kind of gives you that almost graph paper vibe when you do it. So I was using Excel for this, and this is exactly where I left off. I haven't touched it since I printed it. Now, as I mentioned, one of the things that is the issue with it right now is I printed out, obviously, all of the stats, which are going to change over time. So we want to make sure we leave those in a way that will be, changeable over time as you play with the kids. Also, that involves the weapons and attacks too. You'll see there I have 3 types of weapons. I have a sword, I have a claw attack, and I have a rock. The rock is specifically because my son asked to have a rock. But that's printed on there, and you obviously won't be able to get that off. So I want to come up with a way to, at least what I think I want to do, is be able to print those out separately and then basically leave blank squares there, and then you could just print out, maybe like I'll make a whole worksheet of different items that you can put there. And then I found on Amazon the little Velcro circles that you could put on this player sheet and then on the back of all the different weapons. And then as your kids choose them and pick them, decide to use them, they can easily pull them off and put them on. So that's one thing that we'll mess with too. Basically anything that can typically change over time, I will be playing with here, so that way that is possible. And the other thing is, as I mentioned, I've kind of gone through and looked into the way you can get this printed at like your local Staples. And so that way, you know, if you don't have the big printer that this fits on, that's okay. But one of the cool things that they do too is they laminate it. And I think that that would be a big option for anyone that's looking to do this. Definitely, if you get somewhere like Staples to print this, I would highly recommend laminating it. And then at that point, your kids could use like an Expo marker and they could, you know, either count down with it or they can change their stats with it. So just my thought. 8-year-old playing a full character for this year's Halloween one-shot, a level 20 fairy barbarian. I love that. We are both excited. She helped me create it with her. That's amazing. Fairy barbarian. It's the, what's that movie with The Rock? Dwayne Johnson. Was it Tooth Fairy? Was he a Tooth Fairy? I never saw it, but I remember a commercial for it. But I just imagined that. So, a quick overview, though, of what I have on here for those of you that haven't seen it in the past. I mean, as you've already seen that we've kind of gone through here. We have the weapons and attacks up in the top left. We have the speed, and I made 2 sections there. Typically, you won't have more than 2 different types of speed. But so that's another one that I'll probably maybe get rid of, the little walking guy. I'll probably keep the walking guy because most things have a walking speed. But maybe I will get rid of the little swimming guy so that can be changed to maybe a flight or something along those lines. Then you have your armor class, as you can see, and then you have your initiative, which can change over time. Now, saving throws and skills. For anyone that plays D&D, and if you're watching this, you may probably play, I imagine. There are your 6 core stats, which is strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, which I did want to save. But then there are, I want to say it's 15 skills. And I think that that's just a lot, especially for a kid. I know my 4-year-old, that would be too much for him to try and pay attention to. Even this 12 that I have here might be a lot. So I tried to narrow the skills down to what I thought would be the most easily usable in any situation. Where if they ask to do something, you can pick one of these to make it make sense. So that's what I have here. Then as you scroll down, you can see here I have a whole line of numbers to track health. Now, it is D&D. It's up to you if you're going to have your kids fighting things and taking damage. Mine does, but that's because, you know, we're kind of open about it. We talk about it, and he knows it's a game. We're having fun. But for those of you that are going to be going to that way, we have a health bar here. And my plan with this is to basically use a little marker, and I like marker like a little glass bead or something along those lines. I actually plan on 3D printing like a little plastic heart that you can put on their health, and then they can actively count down the chart as you tell them, okay, you lose 4 health. They can count down 4. It's going to help them count up and down. And then you have a space to put their max. And then down here, this was the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure I have in this, because my son, like I said, he's 4, so as far as counting goes with dice, it's not very easy. He can count, but then once you see a number and then you say to add or subtract something, I wanted to try and help him be able to do that, and I think D&D is actually a really good way of doing that. So my plan here was to have a dice counter on the bottom, and we've got 2 lines. One of them just shows 1 through 30, and that is going to be, you're going to have like another glass bead or something, some kind of marker, some tracker. And then under that, you see target armor class marker here. So if your kid is attacking something, let's say he's attacking an ogre that I believe has an AC of 14 or 15, you would have a little marker there on that gray line underneath of what their target armor class is. So you would put it right underneath the 14. Then you have them roll the dice. whatever number it is, you have them put the upper marker on there, and then they can add their modifiers up top, going right or left, and if they reach that point where the lower marker is, they hit the creature. So this is just a way of trying to help them count their dice up and down. All right, let me catch up on some comments here. Tooth Fairy. Okay, I was right on the Tooth Fairy. Cool, cool, cool. Do it as a drop-down image. Is that possible? That is a good question. We will find out. I don't know if you can do a drop-down image. You may be able to. I might have to specify in a separate sheet. I might have to actually build the images first, and then specify from the drop-down that it would be picking from this column, and then we'll see if it transfers the image. I don't know if it'll work. Swimming and flying. Yeah, so that's the 3 main ones. You have walking, swimming, and flying, but I was kind of running out of room on being able to have 3, but you usually won't have all 3 of them anyway. So that's why I figure rather than me trying to change the whole page and make it so that it fits 3 different types, I'll just fit 2. I'll probably keep the walking as a permanent one, but then leave the second one open for whether or not the kid gets either a flying or a swimming speed over time. Yeah, my kid takes bites out of his bread to make pew pew. He's gonna slay monsters. yeah, same. So, I mean, we're gonna make a character sheet here. It's expected that they're gonna fight things. You're playing D&D. Okay, so first things first. How do you guys feel about the skills that I have here? Athletics, stealth, animal handling, investigation, survival, and persuasion/intimidation. I put those together because typically they're going to go together. I mean, obviously, depending on the character you might make them scarier, or you make them a little cuter and nicer and a little more persuasive. But typically, because they're charisma-based anyway, they're going to go together, so I figured leave it the same. So I figured persuasion or intimidation, because your kids are constantly going to say something that they're saying to the NPC, and so you can decide to have them use that. Survival, because I have a feeling the kids are just going to want to run around and do things. Yeah, sneaky for sure for stealth. Now, perception, I was caught. The reason I didn't do perception, I figure you can probably do investigation to fill that in. And because I was trying to do a skill from each core set, right? And so survival came from wisdom. Now, obviously, constitution doesn't have one, but I find that most kids, like especially if you run into an animal creature, they're going to want to do something with that animal. And so I wanted to make sure I had animal handling for sure. And then stealth for sure, as Jesse mentioned, they're going to be sneaky at some point, or they're going to try and hide. If we were to put perception, I would probably actually just replace athletics. And then you could use a regular strength instead for the athletics thing. But if the kid's trying to jump, I wanted it to make sense in their head that they're doing something athletic. So that was why I chose to not do perception widget. But that was the hardest one for me to leave out. However, to anyone that is going to be here and see this at any point in time, either after I stream this or that's here now, this is going to be, I'm going to make the Excel file available to everyone as well. So you can absolutely come in here when we're done and you're like, no, I think I do one perception in here. You can absolutely change it afterwards. That's not a problem. Bro, my eyes are tingly. What's going on, Night Owl? So that was my reasoning behind all of the 6 skills that I picked. So if anyone can think of a better reason to do any of the other ones, definitely let me know. But in the meantime, let's go ahead. I'm going to clear these numbers out. I've already printed out my kids' stuff. Go ahead, Night Owl. What you got? So I'm going to get rid of all these numbers here because we want to make sure that your character sheet is blank. Same thing with the initiative and the AC. You know how ketchup is a fruit? I know what you're going to ask me. Is ketchup a fruit smoothie? Imagination needs to be key. I 100% agree, Shah. I do think that ketchup is a fruit smoothie. You heard it here first. Also, hot dogs are sandwiches. I would do the ones that would potentially give different numbers like strength and athletic. Both are 3 and could be used interchangeable. Yeah, that's why it was hard. Because, like, that's, I mean, same thing with, like, for instance, dexterity and stealth. Like, a lot of times they're going to be the same. And it's hard to decipher which ones we should keep. No, hot dogs are sub. I will go one step further and say subs are sandwiches as well. And for anyone that's going to go ahead and say, well, wait, how about a taco? Because that fits in the same thing too. I agree. Tacos are sandwiches too. There's a hierarchy. Sandwiches, up top, right? Then you have tacos, hot dogs, subs, all of these different subcategories. They're all sandwiches. You heard it here first. 100% can't play with that one. Totally agree. At Evasion, if a kid has to be the tank, it will feel like bullying. I also agree. Oh, okay, so I do... Okay, this is another thing. So these dice here, this was a visual aid for my son to remember what he was rolling. I'm going to keep copies of these dice in the spreadsheet as well for you to be able to add in here and there if you would like to. What about a meat pie? I don't know enough about it, but I bet you I can be convinced. Sandwiches require 2 separate pieces of bread. I disagree. Disagree, because if I have my hot dog with a connected bun and it accidentally breaks down the center, nothing has changed about it. It's going to taste the same, feel the same. I might not even notice. Still a sandwich. Chicken pot pie, I could be convinced. In Australia, we have a meat pie. Hit me. What's in it? Besides, obviously, I mean, it's some kind of meat, I imagine. Okay, so we have this blank now. So I'm going to leave this kind of as is. It's beef. Got it. Yeah, I mean, if it's in some kind of breading, sure. I mean, I guess I could be convinced that if it's not a handheld, maybe it's not a sandwich. Because I could be convinced that an open-faced sandwich that you use like a fork to eat is not a sandwich. I can be convinced on that. Beef and gravy topped with sauce, I'm in. Accidents do not equal necessary separation. All right, let's check one thing with Widget's idea. So I'm going to copy these here. We are going to test a theory on whether or not we can create a... That was like silly. Why did they not copy the same? Let's do this. Sorry, if I don't answer your guys' messages right away. Why is that copying so odd? It's just the pictures, though. The pictures are what's copying weird. No, it's not. It's everything. Why? Am I zoomed in over here? I am zoomed in 115%. So that at least explains why the sheets were different sizes. I don't know why the images are messing up. But I have a feeling that's not boding well for our theory of can we have a drop down. So let's do this. If I copy this picture, let's copy this all together just to get the same sizes here. Okay, so delete this. Oh yeah, these pictures are getting messed up. All right. But it's okay. Let's test theory here. So if I go here and okay, I'm going to save this as something different. One second. Let me full face this for a second. I'm going to save this as something different so that way I don't mess up what we already have. Kids D&D test. Save. Access to be, if taco can bring best, but it still tastes good, so can you. Calzone. The info is transferring, but the column widths aren't changing. Duplicate the sheet. Yeah, I tried that. Hold on. Oh, duplicate the sheet. Nice, nice. That's a good idea. So let me go back to here. I'll show you. So, as far as widget, as far as like copy. Oh my gosh. Let's just erase this for a second. So I was copying the full columns. So, I mean the full thing, but I clicked this to copy everything. And for some reason, when I come over here, it's still pasting the pictures wrong. But let's test the theory of copying the sheet. Move or copy, move to end, create a copy, okay. Okay. All right, now, if I delete, holy cow, this, oops, delete, and if I delete this, yeah, I would like to delete contents too, but it's okay. Actually, this gives us the chance to select this as a drop-down. Okay, now that this is a test, I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete what's in here. So now, if I click this, and I go up to data validation, allow from list, source, go over to sheet 2. I'm going to select these two here. And we'll see if it will... the list source must be a delimited list. So what, just to test a theory. Okay. Yeah, I don't think that it's gonna allow us, unfortunately. Because that would have been a cool idea, to be able to do that from here. So, if anyone wants to change, they'll just have to mess with it separately. Missed that. Delineated. It's better to make it separate tables that have sections where you can place your die roll, and it will use a formula to pull your stats table to then give you a result. Yeah, so Shah, so this is going to be printed out. It's just going to be a piece of paper. The reason they were wondering if you could do a drop down, because if they wanted to use different stats instead of like athletics, stealth, animal handling, if they wanted to pick different stats to put there, they could pick from like a drop down list and it would fill in the little box here with the stat that they want to pick. But as far as like actually filling in the stats and the numbers and all that, it's all going to be filled in on paper. Or they're going to type it in and print it out, however they want to use it. So I'm just going to leave this blank then. And then if anybody does end up wanting to use this and use different stats, you'll just have to go in and change it to whatever you want to use. But I tried to pick the best ones. Now, here is what we do need to mess with a little bit. I like this down here. I'm fine with all this. Can you make it a conditional? As far as, like, if like, it says a word, it puts the picture here? Is that what you mean? Like if you type in strength or whatever, something along those lines. I don't think there's anything that will put the picture in, which is the problem. Because it's nothing to go in and just type the word. The issue is it possible to have the picture somewhere else that I already have installed on the spreadsheet that when they type it in, it fills it in? I don't think so, because I really don't think there's a way to, unless someone can Google it and find out that there is a way to fill in a cell automatically with a picture. But I don't think so. So, oh, yeah. We want to move this. Oh, yeah. If you notice to the right here, I have the symbol for the flying as well. I left that over here. So if they have a flying speed or they have a swimming speed, you can move this over and represent that. Yeah, so down here, I like the number line, and I put the dice here so that my son knew what the highest he could get with those dice is. Did the images come from online? They did. I forget where I got them from. I was searching icons, so that was key. And then I was just finding different icons that I thought made sense with these. Could use the web address for the image, maybe. True. True. If the printout is in color, then assign colors to certain things and have kids use the dye that are the color of the dye. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, if I color-coded these dice, you could tell the kid, you know, roll your D10, the blue one, or whatever that may be. But also, oh, that would, well, because you could reference this, but it also will depend on the dice that you have, too, whether or not they would match it, because that might get confusing, too, if you're asking them to roll based on a color, and if your dice happen to be a different color. Okay. So what I do want to do, though... Yeah, honestly, a lot of the... I confuse a D12 commonly with a D20 because they're both very round. But yeah, the printout is in color. I know that the green screen is going to kill me here, but... Yeah, this was the one I made for my son that we were using. Which, Brian, by the way, I do want to get John at some point over and see if maybe, like, Sean wants to get Carter over and have the kids play. I think that'd be fun. So, I think I'm just going to leave this as is for now. And I'm going to go over here. And over here, I'm going to make an 8.5 by 11 printable sheet of all the weapons. That's my goal. So that way, yeah, I think he would too. I definitely think he would. And actually, I'm going to leave... So I'm going to leave the extra, like, dice images and such over here to be able to make the weapons with. So, I need ideas for weapons. I mean, I could go through all the regular weapons in D&D, and I probably will. But I think that we could come up with some cool weapons the kids will really like too. I'm probably going to have to do this part on a separate sheet, because I have this printed out on a 11 by 17, but you set that for the whole workbook, not the worksheet. So let me pull up a new one real quick. And then let me go to printer properties. Sorry, 1 second, I'll go back. Page layout. Okay. So I'm going to go to page layout. I'm going to make the size just a regular 8.5 by 11 now. Which it's already at. Good. Margins. Narrow. I always go narrow. Or no, I always go custom. I go 0.25 all the way around. And orientation landscape. Now, I'll go back over here. I'm going to delete this sheet and redo everything I just did on this sheet in a second, because I can move or copy this to... Oh, I could have started a new book from there. Okay. Okay. Now, let's just make sure this is still printing. One of two. Okay, it's not printing. Hold on. Size. I need 8. Back to 8.5 by 11. All right, now let's see what happens. Yeah, okay. Okay. Cool. Let's delete this. Hey, everything worked that time. Nice. Oh, but that's because there were no pictures. There you go. That'll do it. Oh, no. No, no, no. Keep the dice. Keep the dice. Where's the dice? There we go. Shout out to the best DM on the tube. Appreciate it, Zach. Should actually see me DM one time. Maybe you'll be surprised that I'm terrible. Should put the weapons on individual cards so they can have all the info on the card in front of them so they can lay down the card they want to play. Mike, I like the idea a lot of the details. Maybe you have like a separate sheet or something typed up. But actually what I'm making here is a literal set of separate cards. So the plan, just to catch you up, the plan here is to have these squares blank and to be able to put little Velcro dots on them. And then you'll be able to, as the parent guardian, print out this big sheet of all these different kinds of weapons that they can have and cut them out and put the opposite end of the Velcro on the back. That way the kids can decide what weapons they want to use. I clicked again by accident. And then stick them to the paper and then you can fill in the information from there. Impossible. How to do drop-down images. I will have to check that out. A weapon that can change shape based on their imagination. I like that. That has a very spiritual weapon vibe to it. Which we could definitely make as something. Now, what I would like to do, are these all still the same row height? 19 and a half. 19 and a half. Okay, so then theoretically, if I copy... Oh, look how close this was to being able to fit 4 across. All right, let me see what happens if I do it vertically. Page layout, margin, nope, orientation, portrait. Oh, so close again. You would. You would. That dotted line is the print, by the way, for anyone that doesn't know. And so it's cutting off the very side of there. And then if I did the orientation landscape, it cuts it off here. So close to another full card. Anyway, so that's fine. We'll just anticipate only being able to do 3 across. Whoops. So now, let's just see what happens if I copy this. Okay. So how many weapons can we get on one sheet? All right, we can get, wow, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21 weapons. That should be a plenty. Plenty. All right, delete these. All right, all right. Pictures. Relax. That one can go. That one should probably stay. That one can go. That one can stay. Okay. Okay. So... So, I don't know what to do here. If I go back to this, so I have the dice underneath, and I think this was the modifier. Did I? Yeah. So you put the dice that it can use here in this box, and then you put the modifier here. So +2 or whatever that may be. So should the weapon cards consist of that and that cell? Oops. That and that cell. Oh my gosh. I can't click it. That and that's... Well, you get the point. I can't do it. You get the point. So like you'd have like L-shaped cutouts almost. But I feel like the... Oh no, because the dice don't change. Like a longsword is always a D8 or a D10, whether or not you're two-handing it. So, and then you can add dice later on, but that's based on your character sheet. Okay, so I think that we put the dice with the weapon. so let's do this. So we can have a sword that's a D8. We can have a sword that is a D10. And then for maybe like the older kids that could understand either or, we'll have a sword that's either or. I'll put a slash. Let's see. What do you guys think about this music, by the way? I was clicking from my from the website what music I wanted to listen to, and because it's like Halloween time, one of the things that it had up was, hold on, I'll tell you what it's called, 80s Dystopia. So I was like, why not? Why not? I feel like it's got kind of Stranger Things vibes. But I guess because that's 80s. I don't know. Alright. Okay. So we've got 3 different kinds of swords now. Cantrip, Sonic Scream that stuns the enemy to give them time to think about what to do. Ooh, like a stun gun. Alright. Now for claws. For my son, it was a D6. Should we have different claw? I think they're typically that. And then for the rock, I just did D6 as a basic bludgeoning weapon. And then, yeah, I think we will have some cantrips, Shah, by the way. So that could be an option here that we might toss on. Because I feel like for a kid to have a whole spell list might be a lot, but maybe if they've got certain spells, they can just... either a D6 or a D4. Alrighty. Child's fingernails are weapons. Yeah, I feel like that's what this D4 one is. It's just a child's claws. Alright. I can delete a lot of these extra. And I feel like the D4 could also go with the rock as well. So they can pick either a D6 or a D4 rock. Okay. Other weapons. I think that we definitely need some kind of hammer. Hammer icon. Also, I am stealing these right from online. But I'm also not going to be selling this. This is going to be free. So if anyone tries to sue me for using their icons, I apologize. I don't have the creative capabilities of doing that on the fly right now. All right. I want like a more weapony looking hammer. I keep getting like the tool hammer. Here, let's go weapon. Hammer weapon icon. Oh yeah. There you go. I like this one. Copy image. Oh. This is kind of a vibe. Oh, eye stock. Come on. Come on. Doing something for the kids here. Oh, what about like a Thor style hammer? What do you guys think about that? Borrowing. Big bong doesn't do anything magical, just big bong. Holy cow. Okay, I need your help. What's the dice for a hammer? I'm gonna guess a D6 bludgeoning. I guess it depends on what kind of hammer. Are we talking Warhammer? Are we talking Great Hammer? Let me crop this real quick. Hammer. The hammer. The Pokemon Tinkaton. Tinkaton? I shall. We can do all the whatever all of the hammers are. We can have multiple. So I guess if you just want to throw the dice for any of the hammers, and we'll get them all in here while I look up Tinkaton. Oh, that's funny. Imagine just using that as the image. I feel like we definitely need a trident. For sure. Because there's going to be some kid that wants to do some sick mermaid or something that's doing mad damage. What am I listening to? 1d8 bludgeoning. Perfect. And light hammer is a d4. Okay. Perfect. Maybe I should do like a regular looking hammer for that. The one that I had originally. Where did that end up? I was on this one. Hold on. I had a pretty good... Yeah, here we go. Copy image. Oh, yeah. And it's a PNG. Love when we end up with a PNG. All right. So the D4 one, being a light hammer, we'll make it... Oh, sorry. You can't see that. All right. And then Warhammer D8 and a Maul is 2d6. Let's see if we can get a Maul icon. Let's see it. Oh. So if you type in Maul icon, you get Darth Maul PNGs. Let's see. It kind of looks similar to what we have currently, because that's a Maul shape. Maybe let's... Oh gosh, don't move that. Let's just visually make it look a little different somehow. Maybe the smaller one will be the D8. And then the bigger one will be the 2d6s. And then this one's the D4. Yeah. I like that. I like that. We can even make this slightly bigger. Is that too big? Let's see. No, we're good. Move it over a couple to center it. All right. So let me grab 2d6s. And we'll kind of throw them in here. I'm going to end up having to make these PNGs at some point if I have to stack more than 2 dice. Warhammer is also versatile, so D8 or D10. Good to know. Good to know. All right, if I copy this, are we going to copy the images? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we got that. We've got 2 rocks here. Now, I was working on the Trident. I saw Shaw said some of that. For Trident, look up Gura from HoloLive for her fork. I don't think I know what HoloLive is. Is that a... Oh, you. Oh, Shutterstock. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I get it. Make your money. But I'm not selling your thing, I promise. I promise. It's for the kids. And I want to flip this to make it match the rest of it. So, picture format, rotate, flip horizontal. Thank you. All right, what do we got for a Trident? For a Trident, I'm guessing... Is a Trident two-handed? I don't know. I feel like it's gotta be. Oh, and then we're also gonna need like a... It's funny, I'm sitting here going through all the D&D weapons. Even though I said I wasn't sure if I was gonna do that. All right, let's... I need, for aesthetics purposes, I need this stuff to be up here. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So we've lined all that up. 1d6, 1d8, versatile. Okay, got it. Appreciate it. So here's the d8. And we've got a d6. All right. Wow, you know what? I should really just start copying the cell and not the image. That would make life a lot easier. All right, so we've got a d6 and a d8. All right, what else we got? All right, I like this spell idea. Let me see if I can find like a magic spell icon. See what we get here. I mean, that one's all right. People are not going to know what these mean. All right. Let's go with some basic spells. Oh, okay. All right. We have... Oh, no way! They would. All right. We're going to edit this one. Because this is the perfect image for a fireball spell. All right. So here's the image I have. Edit, paste as, new image. All right. So here's the problem. Is they make it look like it's transparent on Google because they put this little gray and white squares, which typically means that it's transparent. But it's not. So, for those that want to know how to take something like this and turn it into something that is black and white. So, this is GIMP, what I was talking about earlier. It's like the open source free version of Adobe Photoshop. But it can do everything. It's amazing. So, up here at the top, you'll see you have, typically, I think it'll be here, you'll see the little magic wand. That's the fuzzy select. You could use that. And that will select fuzzy areas. The problem is, so you see it selected this big area here, but it didn't select this, and it didn't select this. So you can hold in Shift and go in and select the rest of these things. Or, since we're only doing black and white here, just to make life easy, I'm going to go up, I'm going to select none here. If you right-click on that magic wand and hit Select by Color, we want to select black. And now, if you click and drag to the right, I'll actually show you what it does when you drag. So, you see here it's very grainy, right? So you got all these angles, but you have these dark spots that may or may not be part of the fireball. I'm going to select none real quick. If you click and then drag to the right, watch as it starts to kind of widen the threshold of what it selects. See, now it's like, okay, maybe that's dark enough. And if I were to keep going, it would keep selecting more of what might be part of the fireball here. So, right now we have this selected, so I'm just going to hit Control-C like I would any other copy and paste. I hit Control-C. Now I go back up to Edit, Paste As, New Image. There's our fireball. Now, as far as making this less grainy, the only way... I don't really have a good way of doing it, to be honest with you. Because even as you basically make it larger and then try and select the black and then fill it in, it gets a little weird. So the only way really to do it would be to re-outline it. And I don't feel like doing that because it's just a little icon. But quick rundown on how to do the fireball thing. On how to do, hey, I want black and white icon. So anyway... So, he's saying blur. Kind of. I mean, it'll work. It just won't... You get a blurry image, I feel like. And I want a nice... What I mean by how I make it better, I want to make this a bigger image with a lot more pixels. And then do it. Then, like, make it a nice straight line. Because this just has so few pixels. If I blur it, it's going to add some shading around the outside and blend it a little bit. But I like to make it big. And have more straighter lines. So anyway, we did copy this. You don't even have to paste it as a new image. We copied it, so if I go back to Excel, and if I hit paste, it should... Yeah, there you go. But see, you can see all the little things, but it's okay because we're going to make it small. and you won't be able to see it. All right, and we are going to turn it around. Because I think it should go to the right. Everything should go to the right. Fireball. Okay, so for this one, I don't want to put 8 D6s in here. So I'm thinking maybe I put a ×8 here. Let's see what this... Oh, what font have I been using? Let me go back to the other one real quick. What's this font? Callisto MT. We want to keep it all the same. So, Callisto MT. There we go. Alright, and we're going to put it to the right. Okay. And we're going to make it a little bigger. And if I hit some spaces... Oh, did I delete it? I was putting spaces on. Oh, there you go. Oh, it doesn't keep the spaces there? Ah, nuts. Nuts. For Trident, next to a childlike character. Wait, how many weapons does kid get to hold? They do not get to all of these weapons. So I'm basically making a bunch of printouts that the adult can print and cut all these weapons out. And then, you know, you and your kid, when your kid decides what they want, you can give them the weapons that they have. But it's basically so you can have a whole bunch of weapons on hand that as they find them over time or they can do more things, they're able to do so. But I think the sheet only gives you room for like 4. So you'll have like probably your 2 main weapons and then maybe like a spell or 2. I really do wish that it kept the spaces. Oh, there we go. Okay, that works. There we go. So you got to center it, turns out. I just sent you a DM on Discord for a website for icons. Oh, nice. Excellent. Oh, it looks like Widget did too. Oh, it's regarding a sandwich. I'll do research on this later and see how I feel about it. Overlay. I'll have to peruse that. My computer's giving me a hard time with it at the moment. I don't have a kid. Do I need to get one to play this game? Only if you want to play it a lot slower. All right. I need a magic missile icon. Because that's a classic one, too. That one's cool, but that one's straight from Redbubble. That's actually someone selling stuff on there. I do really like it, though. It looks good. That's why Popular hard to kidnap. Cheaper to rent one. True. Yeah, they don't have a good magic missile icon that's not just like a straight up war missile. Let's try without icon, and I'll just try PNG, see what pops up. Nope. Nope. They have the wand. I could, Oh, okay, this will be cool. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, we're going to do another one in GIMP. We're going to get a little spicy here. Discard changes. Copy image, edit, paste as, new image. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking we do. So I'm going to go back to this color, select by color, but this time I'm going to select transparency. Then if you go up to the top here, I know you can't see it, but if you click the select tab and you come down to invert, it inverts what you've selected. So now I've selected just the wand and not any transparency. Now, if you go up to the edit tab, you can come down to here to fill with either foreground color or background color. You look here, this is foreground color, this is background color. So if I go to edit, fill with foreground color, so we have the magic missile wand, but it also kind of looks like a missile, right? So I feel like there's, like, if you know the game, you know what magic missile, the wand of magic missile looks like, you would know that that's this. But if we take this now and we copy this, we go over here, edit, or now we'll just paste. Apparently it's huge. 1 second. And what I'm thinking now is if we take a couple of these, we'll make this one a little bigger, like the... And we'll make this one like a little bit smaller. Does that look like magic missile? Like, I was trying to make it look like 3 missiles going through the air. I always think of magic missile as fireworks from the caster. That's not bad. I could do something like that. Or even maybe just adds a little flair to this. Magic streak PNG. Let's see. I need a black and white. Come on. Alright, I don't really like this song. It's very repetitive. Come on, give me another. I think I'm done with the 80s dystopia. What do you guys think? I'm a little over it. What's late night beats? Nope. I feel like we just listened to this. This is the same thing. We need something bumping. What about stylish beats? Okay. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Woo! Alright, so I don't have any little magic streaks that I want to add in here. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does that look magic missile-y enough? Probably not. Should I type the names of them in here like I do? Well, no, because this part won't be cut out. Unless the plan is to laminate this too. Then you could just cut out the squares and then write on the squares. But oh, if you cut a piece of paper that's laminated, does that then allow the lamination to lift up? I imagine it does. Yes, type the names. Okay, yeah, that's... I feel like I should type them underneath the icon. Because I don't think people are going to get these printed like you will the... Alright, so let's put this here. And then we're going to do a little bit of a change here. This is why I like having you guys around. This is way harder to make these decisions when I'm just sitting by myself trying to decide what people will think. Good board game. Clue has cards and weapons. Nice, just take all the... You're sitting here attacking a goblin with a lead pipe. Personally, I'm going to be laminating everything. Oh, are you going to laminate them? That's pretty sick if you have a laminator. No, I want the little one. There you go. 3 missiles flying in the air. All right. So I was looking up what Shaw said. Firework burst PNG. I just typed that down here. 1 second. Idiot. And then I'll go back up and type in the names of the weapons. I need like a streak. Well, actually, why don't I just type streak? This could be dangerous. Alright, we're good. It came up with normal stuff. I was nervous, though. I might have to work on this one separately and figure out what I like, because I don't like just this, but I also don't just like the... It's always the candlestick. The pipe is just a headless mason or short quarter. Alright, so... Alright. Let's make all of this Constantia. What did I say it was? Constantia or something, MT? Callisto, MT. And... these are both... and these are both... I'm holding in control. Oh my gosh. Alright, whatever. Gonna be on the bottom. And these are both gonna be on the bottom. And these are both gonna be on the bottom. Did I hit the right thing over here? I don't think I did. I did not. That was Mr. Green in the hall with the revolver, and then he went home to sleep with his wife. Constantia! Shah! So, I've noticed only 2 of the gods have been pulled. Did you guys see that? Also, Brian, I don't know if you were here when I congratulated you last time for having the Bane in there. But, Jester, just in case you didn't know, Bane is in there. So, I'm just going to type sword here. What do you guys think? Should I specify this one as... because, I mean, I don't think kids will care. Short sword, long sword. They just want to say sword. What am I doing? Just copy the cells. Oh. Delete the pictures. Then copy the cells. Alright. Trident. Oh, I should do all capitals. Yeah. You're dumb. Sword. Miss White with the rope and the conservatory. I always forget about all the places that it had in it. Fireball. And then magic. I think I have to shift enter. Nope. Is it control enter? Alt enter. There you go. If you're ever wondering how to hit enter in a cell in Excel, you have to hold in Alt at the same time. Okay. Magic missile. Alright. Now, I guess this is just claw? Or I could go the Pokemon route and say scratch. Alright, we've got claws. Now, what was this one? Was this the Warhammer, maybe? That was the D8? Or I think it was Warhammer. And we need to go down to like a 9 for that one. There you go. I think the Warhammer was the one that was... Oops, I gotta delete this. That was versatile. And then this is the light hammer. Fury Swag. That's fair, that's fair. Light hammer. All right. And then what was the last? Oh, this is a mall. That's right. Maybe we like widen it a little bit. Yeah. There you go. That feels good. All right. We're caught up now. We need a bow and arrow. We need a long bow and a short bow. Duh. Ooh, we should specify the feet. Oh, no. Well, they'll be playing with parents. They'll know how far they can shoot. Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. You're going to have to lead them. All right, bow and arrow icon. PNG. I'm still in all caps. Which one do I like? I mean, that one's pretty basic, which is nice. I could go with this one. Trying to think if I want to pick like a fancy. Oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one. Oh, you would. Relax. Huh? Huh? Yeah. All right, so we'll call this one the longbow. Although they probably... Should I just call it the bow? Yeah, we'll call it a bow. Call it a bow, bruv. Oh, magic missile is 3d4s. Can I get 3 of them in here? Let's see. If I stagger them, I think I can. Oh, that's right. These ones are already PNGs. Oh, look at that. Look at that. 3d4s. And this one will always be +3, but they can write that later. All right, now the bow. We're going to have a couple types of bow here. I know one of them's a D6, and I think the longbow is a D8. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we have the short bow for a D6, and we have the longbow for a D8. I don't like how low this D8 is. Which means I gotta go fix it up here. Which one did I copy it from? This one? Maybe? I don't know. Oh, good news, everybody. I have finished, I think, the list of locations. Finally. I have the whole list. It's 254 cards, I think, with the exception of I still have to add the Heroes Haven locations in there. So it'll probably be around 265 cards. So it's a little less than the other 2 base sets. But now I have to do the excruciating work of deciding what the CRs are. But we'll go from there. Oh, and an axe. Good call on the axe. Probably a couple axes, because you've got like the battle axe and then a regular axe. Battle axe icon. Which one do I like? And then we gotta get some pole arms in here, like some longer ones for sure. Alright, I like the dual-headed axe. Copy image. This may or may not be... Oh, they would. Alright, we have to... We're doing an edit. Edit. Paste as new image. Alright, so I know that it looks like there's a PNG, but they actually have all these little gray lines. You can kind of see them when I scroll up and down. That's how they get you. And again, to be fair, I'm not actually mad at them because it is their hard work that they don't want people to just steal and sell. Ooh, we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. There you go. Alright. So this, I think, would be a battle axe. And we'll angle this one. A little more. And my day was going so well. Don't worry, Widget. You can still focus on the items. I don't know what the stats are for a battle axe. So if one of you happens to know that off the top of your head, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I can look it up after. Where did the single head axe go? There it is. Copy image. And I'm going to have to do the same thing here. Edit, paste as new image. And we are going to get rid of this at the bottom altogether. So we're going to use the selection tool, rectangle select. We're going to select everything down here and delete that. Don't worry about it turning it green. And then we're going to select by color. Oops. There you go. And we're going to copy and, oh. Copy and go back here. It made it huge. Well, it didn't make it huge, but this axe was apparently huge. So this would be a hand axe, I imagine. And a great axe by D8, D10. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Appreciate you. I'll have to add another one. And the hand axe, I want to say the hand axe was a D4. I want to say. So, oh wait, no, I shouldn't have done that. I should copy this one here. Oh no. I should copy this one, put it here. I should delete this. I should copy this one and put it here. You dummy. No. There we go. D10 and D8. And the hand axe, D6. It was a D6. Wow. Thank you, sir. All right. So on the first sheet, we've got one more space. Anything top of the head, right this second. Item I'm missing. Go. Probably a javelin. Or like a spear. I like this one. Where am I getting these from? They all have these lines. Oh yeah, that's right, the pole arm. I said that. It's funny, I said it and then just assumed I already did it. Paste as new image. Oh, I thought they... Oh, we're good. Although this definitely isn't like fully black. It's like a... Oh, what color it is. It's like a gray. Gray-brown almost. So let's do this. Edit, fill with, foreground color. There you go. Edit, paste as. Oh no, I don't need to do that here. So there's our spear javelin. I think I'm going to go with javelin to start here because javelin is a go-to for a lot of starter classes. Is there an E at the end? Javelin? No, I don't think so. Did I spell that right? Oh, I did. All right, there's no E. Good. Okay. And the javelin, and then I think the javelin is a D6. That's a quick search. Yep. All right. So that's page 1. Oh, I got to add rock. The word rock here. Rock. For my son. He just kept asking me, he was like, Dad, can I have a rock? I was like, I mean, I guess. You know, there's other weapons. And then I kept telling him when we were playing, because the sword, it was a long sword that he had, and it was doing a D8, and it was everything about it was the same, except that he could throw it, but the person was up close to him. So I was like, buddy, now's a good time to pull out the sword. You do more damage. And he's like, but I have a rock, Dad. It's like, all right, man. Do whatever you would like, buddy. All right. I don't know if we need these. Are they still over here? They are, right? Yeah. All right. We don't need them here. I'm going to delete that. And then, hey, I'm all ended up with a rocket. We're adults, so that's very true. Very true. And he takes very good care of that rock. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna go one more. We don't have to fill it, but I do want to get a couple of the pole arms and stuff because, like I said, I'm gonna post this when it's all said and done. So I want to make sure that I at least have the primary weapons that people might want to use that they can print out and do. And you can always go add more if you want. So I do like this song. Let me delete these. We're going apple picking this weekend. I'm pretty stoked about it. There was this, we didn't get to do it last year. Last year was my daughter's like first real time like getting to go, and then it rained and we didn't get to do it. So we're going this year, but I'm really bummed because I had picked out my daughter's dress last year. I found this, it was the most random thing. I found this apple dress in TJ Maxx. We were walking through and I loved it. And I was so excited. She was adorable in it. And I was super bummed that she didn't get to it. Now, obviously, it's way too small for her. But my wife ended up finding it on eBay, her size, because they don't make it anymore, obviously. Found it her size, and so I am hype that we finally get to go out picking. She gets to wear a cute little dress. All right. There we go. All right. What are the pole arms? We have the halberd, the pike, what's the halberd, pike. There's a third one that I cannot think of off the top. Oh, glaive. The glaive. I don't know what any of these look like. Nice, you end up usually going to a farmstead nearby. Tons of activities, mostly pumpkin related. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, they do have the option there. I much prefer apple picking because I like apples more. Like I don't really care for pumpkins. So it's nice to go apple picking and then like eat the apples. And then I don't have to carry the pumpkin all the way back to you. But we'd still end up going pumpkin picking, don't get me wrong. Glaive. And technically quarterstaff. Fair. Let me see what these look like. Oh, the halberd's the one with the point at the top, which is cool. Glaive, which I guess was a movie. Oh, that one's like a big... That's got a... I don't think I've ever known what a glaive looked like. It's got the big sword-looking thing at the end of it. And a pike... kind of looks like a halberd, but it's more like a spike than a axe at the top, I guess. I don't know. They look kind of the same to me. Alright, so I will copy over the pike icon. Oh, these aren't bad. Alright, let's go with this one to start. I gotta edit it real quick. Edit, paste as, new image. So, I think I want this one. Edit, fill with foreground. There you go, copy. And we'll go over here, edit, paste. What am I doing? Just Control V, and we're gonna flip it. All right, make it small, bring it up here, bring it this way. What? Oh, you would. It won't let me go any higher because it's kind of off the screen. So let's do this. Slide it over. It won't let me. Okay. Alright, there are a lot of different heads on polearms. It's mostly taste since glaives and halberds have the exact same stats. Well, one of them has this special thing on it, though. Because it's longer, so you're at disadvantage within 5 feet. I want to say it's the halberd, but I don't remember for sure. We'll call this one a pike. And then I don't remember what this one was. Edit, paste as, new image. This one's pretty clear. Copy. Whoa. 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 That's on the lance. Got it. Alright, we need to widen this up. Oh god, too much. Just a little. It still needs to be visible. Alright. You would. Too much, too much, too much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, well now it's not even touching the side. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time going over there. But that's okay. So this one will be the, I think this was what I was going to say was the halberd. Let's see. No. Yes. That's the one, not with the one with the blade on top. Oh my gosh. Is it the glaive? It's the glaive. Alright, this will be a glaive. Oop. All caps, all caps. Come on now. And then halberd icon. Ah, you would. Go back here, edit, paste as, new image. Alright, this one I'm going to have to physically select each one of these. Because it's trying to grab all the little lines. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And even then, a game built around tenets of medieval Europe, and I've had one playing over 2 decades of D&D rolled knight with horse and lance character. And even then, it was a halfling in plate armor on a large sheet. Alright. Oops. Halberd. Okay. Oh, what about a crossbow? I don't think it'll matter, but... I do like that one. Here we go again. Edit, paste as. Okay. Picture format, we need to flip it. And we need to minimize it. And then we can do the heavy crossbow and the light crossbow. You are the man. Thank you. Sean, not a problem at all. That I don't take that as rude whatsoever. I totally agree. I'm trying to rush through this section here real quick, this second page. Just because I know this part's kind of boring. Now I'm just making a whole bunch of weapons to pick from. So I can always finish this part after too and catch up on the weapons from there. So that's fine. We've got the crossbows there. I've got the stats for that. I'll finish the stats for the pike and the glaive. So we have the character sheet. Oh, I need to clear this out. Oh, and I need to now delete this. So, since if they're gonna be printing, no, I'm gonna leave it as is. I was just thinking maybe I should change the lines that are right here, and maybe like gray these two areas out to just signify like, hey, this is where you've stick the items, but it should probably be self-explanatory. I'll have to post a finished product of one too, so that way people can see, okay, here's what to expect, here's where to put things, here's what it should feel like. So that's fine here. Now, for people that, oh, you know what? I need to move the icons here, because when you go to print this out, just in case someone tries to like download this as a PDF and send it to Staples to get it printed. Now Staples prints them a second page with just 2 icons on it and charges them for it. So I think this has everything. Oh, let me get rid of the 37 here. There you go. Health max. Everything else is normal here, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. What to do with Staples? So what I noticed, if you go to, this is for anyone that isn't able to print this at home, or in my case, like I can print it at home, but I can't laminate it. And so I'll probably end up getting one of these printed here anyway, just because. But I'll run through this and see how expensive it is. Actually, let me file, 1 second, full face this, print. Export, PNG, not PNG, PDF. Create PDF of downloads, just to test a theory. Kids D&D sheet. Okay. All right. Now where were we? Oh, what? It didn't print out. Oh, hold the phone, Cotton. I gotta print it as a PDF. It wasn't printing out my fonts that I had on here. So that should have fixed that. Let me double check real quick before. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. There we are. Okay, so this is our printout now. Nice and blank. Everything is good. Now over to here. So if you go to, if you just type in Staples copy service or Staples print service, whatever it was. I saw they had a copy thing here. Where was that at? Well, service and solutions. In-store printing. Start a project online. This is where I just was. Where was copies? Oh, document printing. Here you go. Let's do... We'll do simple print. We don't got to do anything crazy for this. We'll do it from my computer, but I don't know what that's going to pull up. Give me 1 second. So you obviously click there and you click your file. Okay. Now it's loading. All right, continue. All right, 11 by 17 for sure. Landscape, nice. Scale to fit. Ooh. Oh, that's delivery only though? What's up with that? Huh. Okay, that's fine. So basic white, color ink for sure. Number of copies 1. I might have done this at Office Depot earlier because this looked different. Because I was able to choose the other options like laminating. Let's see what happens if I choose standard. Does that give me other options? No. So pre-tax is $1.07. So if you want to get this printed out, and actually that was with the 28-pound. There you go. It's $1.02 if you want to get it printed out as is on a regular sheet of paper. So let me see then. Maybe we switch to professional here. and see what happens. 1 second. All right. So we're trying the professional, see what options it gives us here. All right, continue. All right, so back to 1117, landscape. Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. Shiny finish. Let's just stick with this and see if it still gives us the option to laminate it. So we'll go basic white. Next, color ink. Lamination. There we go. Protective yet flexible for school materials and menus. Okay, that's probably what we would look for here. Some finishing options cannot be combined. That's fine. Cutting we don't need. Not paying extra for them to cut it. We could do that if we wanted to. Hole punching we don't need. Next. $3.81. So you can send this over to Staples and have them print this out for about $4 on lamination. And then at that point, you and your kids can fill this out with like an expo marker and just fill in the numbers and such. Then the weapons that you have that I'm working on here, you'll print that out on a regular sheet of paper. And on Amazon, they had a whole bunch of the little Velcro circles. That was my thought, at least, unless someone has a better idea for how to interchange the weapons out. But on Amazon, I saw it was like 1,400 of them or something for $9. Oh, here you go. 1,400 for 12, even though I think I saw a different one earlier. But open image, a new tab. Yeah. So these are what I'm talking about. You just get the one side that's like a hook and the other side that's a loop, and then you stick them on the other side. Just any weapon you want to use, you stick it to your paper. They'll have the option of 4 weapons, which I think is plenty. So you'll be able to cut those out. And then now the glass beads that I was talking about for like a marker. Now I created. This is gonna be hard to see. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's like a little. I 3D printed it. It's just like a little, almost like explosion, and it fits perfectly around. It's like an attack tracker. Oh, you would not show this. Anyway, it's what I use to track the dice rolls up and down the dice counter. So that's like what I use for his like counting the attacks. I'll upload the little file I made for that. I'm gonna make 2 more. I'm gonna make one that's probably a heart for the health, and then I'm gonna make one for like a shield. So that'll be the armor class in the gray line underneath. So I still have to make those 2. That shouldn't take me long. I'll do that one on SketchUp probably after this, and then throw them on there. But so if you have a 3D printer, you don't even have to buy glass beads or any kind of markers or anything. You can just use those. But the other option, you can buy those glass beads I'm talking about. They sell those at Michael's. Oh, no, this is nice. Oh, here. If you ever, by the way, throw away board games, you should always take the pieces out and just save them, because you never know, like, when you could be using other pieces. Like, look at this. This came from I don't even remember what game this came from, but it's a pawn that's, like, twisty. And we missed pieces or something. The box got ripped up, so they were throwing it away. I was like, no, just save the pieces at least. But anyway, these little dots that we used to play with in school. Super cheap. You can find them Walmart, wherever. But they're nice too because they're see-through. So you can use those to mark as well, other than like a glass bead. You can use these to mark everything on your board so your kid can see what's going on. So if you have a 3D printer, I'll have some little 3D printable options that still allow you to see the numbers, and you can print that for essentially free, less than a penny. Or you can buy really cheap stuff as well. And that should be everything that you need for D&D on this kids sheet here, I think. I Unless I'm missing something that you can think of, I think that's it. So yeah, this should be up shortly. Like I said, I'm gonna make those two more. I'm gonna make the two more plastic pieces. One of them for the armor class and one of them for the health. And I will get everything uploaded following that. Like I said, it's relatively cheap on Staples. Like you saw, you can just go through and set everything up. It's only like $4 to get it printed. So my son's gonna go nuts. This is awesome. Yeah. Until he starts whooping you with everything, then good luck. I figured the Velcro would work. Yeah, that's what that was the first thing that popped into my head. I didn't really even try to think of other options. So who knows? But yeah, I will put this faux free over on my Patreon. I'll put the files in Discord too, just for anyone to access there. Because like I said, this one's a little more near and dear. I want anyone that would want to use it to just have it and use it and get the kids playing. That's the fun part. So, but yeah, I think that's really all I have for you tonight. And I said the locations. I had a piece of paper that had everything written down to make sure I showed you guys everything. I think that was it. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if anybody else is. If you're in the D&D Shorts Discord, D&D Shorts, like the YouTube creator, his Discord. But I saw he posted today in announcements. I don't know if anyone else saw it. And everyone is with great pride and also a heavy heart. They're gonna tell y'all we're officially getting a little too big for the be chill rule. His Discord is growing so much that he has to actually like put real mods in it now and make sure that. And he even noted in there that a lot of it's because of like political stuff too at the moment with everything going on, just because we have an election coming up. He's like, look, relax. This is not the place. I was laughing when I was reading that. I was like, good for you. That's a good problem to have. If he's getting that big to the point where now he's got to worry about mods and making sure people know that he has to worry about mods. Good on him. Good on him. I like him. But, yeah, other than that, I think that's it. I hung my books up. I'm going to be printing some more book hangers tonight. I figure I can get 2 to 3. Actually, I haven't tried. I've only done 2 on a plate. Not surprising. Yeah, I mean, his stuff's amazing. Yeah, I'll show you guys what my Orca Slicer looks like. Open as project. So this is what I'm Come on. Relax. This is what I'm printing. For these book hangers, but I only did 2. It needs the space because I have a brim. If I go minimal with the brim, I might be able to get a third one in. Let's try. Because it takes about 3 hours per. I work a 9-hour workday, so I could probably get 3 printed. I also got to make sure, so these are only the 7/8 sizes. By the way, if you do print this and you have the core rule books, all 3 of them fit on the 7/8 one. That's the size you should use. Let's see if I can fit 3. Clone 1. Clone 1. And clone 1. Let's see. Oh, no. Don't delete all. Arrange. Ooh, I can do it. I can do it with current settings. It's a bit excessive on the brim, though. I probably can bring it down some. I don't know. Let me go to global, others, brim. If I take the brim down to 10, usually works perfect with the tree supports. Let's try 7. Arrange. Did they even bring them closer? I don't think it did. No, it did not. All right, come on. Why did it spread it so far apart? There. Now arrange. I just put it back where it was. Pretty sure it did. It doesn't need to be that far. What? Whatever. It's really not that important, but I just don't know why it's doing that. They could be closer, and it's fine. Slice plate. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. They can be each other's broom. So, I'll probably print this at work since I work a 9-hour day, but I'll only print 2 of them tonight while I'm sleeping. So I can do a quick print tomorrow morning. So, anyway, alright. That's it. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys over on the Discord. I should have the locations coming out in the near future. I just gotta figure out the CRs. Ah! So, anyway, I'll get working on that shortly. So, you guys have a good night. I'll catch you later. See you on the Discord. I'll have those files out shortly.